When I'm holding this pen like this for years, there will be a sensation of suffering, pain. The only solution will be to just drop it. Now, people are on a search for enlightenment, liberation. I want to have this. I want the suffering to just end. Now they are searching and searching and searching and searching, and asking the gurus and reading books. The search itself is like holding this pen. So just drop it. Forget about enlightenment. Just be. Just drop it. Now, how to drop it? There's a sensation of, but that's my problem. I can't drop it. I can do everything, but I can't be. People don't know how to be because there's a belief that being means being in peace. Well, at the end of the road, you will have this very clear sense of peace. But let me just point to something. It's there's like this. Just imagine that there is this underlying, ever-present layer of beingness, but it's covered up by a sensation of dissatisfaction. So dissatisfaction is covering up your sense of peace, and there's a new layer above that sense of dissatisfaction. They are thoughts. The thinking itself is an activity of searching. And what are you searching for? You're searching for a solution on how to stop this layer of dissatisfaction. The camera is living its own life. But in order to end the pain, to let the pen drop, you have to realize that thinking itself is causing this layer of dissatisfaction. They are one being, and they are fooling you. The search for happiness started long before you started this search for enlightenment, probably. Because people want to have the best relationship, more money, more success, better friends, or even they want to expand everything. People want to have more and more and more because they feel small. I'm just a little tiny human in a evil world, so I have to expand and search for happiness and therefore never realize who I am. So the trick is to simply become aware of the dissatisfaction, which means becoming aware of dissatisfaction means accepting the dissatisfaction. And if you're simply accepting what you don't like personally, when you don't like personally, but you're still accepting it, that means automatically your ego has to drop. Because your ego can only sustain its life by resisting what it doesn't like. So if you're just accepting what it doesn't like, the ego drops. You can do it right now. Don't try to understand it intellectually and just carry this knowledge with you. Just do it now. Become aware of the dissatisfaction. Right here, right now. And witness how the thoughts are just vanishing because they have no power anymore. They can just exist because of the resistance. But if you're accepting whatever the person doesn't like, the person has to drop. Search has to drop. The idea of enlightenment drops. And there's just being. I'm sorry for the camera, I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know. So, there's nothing in this world that will fulfill you. Because, there's a thought created by ego. And ego is nothing else than a bundle of thoughts. But what is ego? It's created by the desire of finding happiness. So there's the search. And ego is nothing else than the activity of searching itself. But what is searching? It's the resistance to happiness. It's implying that happiness isn't here already. So it's like a beast system that is working against you. And as long as you are identifying with that system, it's like it's obvious that you're suffering, because you're holding on to searching, and searching is like holding this pen for years and years and years and years. And once you have this experience of not identifying with a person, because a person is a thought, but you can be without thinking. Once you have this experience, you can deepen this experience by just doing it longer. Not like as if it's a discipline. It's by falling in love with it, by falling in love with love, because that's what it is. Even if you're walking, standing, become aware of the dissatisfaction. If there is any dissatisfaction. If there is no dissatisfaction, to just become aware of awareness. Don't call it non-duality, don't call it enlightenment, liberation, the end of suffering, the pathless path. These are funny words, noble words, to describe something very simple. Every newborn child is enlightened, so just become like them by not becoming anything anymore, by realizing what you are. Even right now, it's hard for me to speak. Because what we are talking about is the absence of mind. And when I'm talking about it, I'm getting into this energy of pure presence. And I feel like every time I'm not talking, it's like every time there's not a word being said, this is a better explanation to what I'm pointing to. Trust me, I was a negative person in the past. As a person, I was very negative and depressed. I had this feeling of constantly, I wanted to have this vengeance, but it's gone because it's not me. And it just takes 1 second of realizing that. Wake up in the morning, ask yourself, is there a sensation of dissatisfaction? instead of thinking how to get rid of it, just become aware of what you want to get rid of. There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're searching. It's because you're running away from something. And I want to point you to the thing that brought you here. There's a sensation that you're afraid of. Once you just stop and witness the sensation that you're afraid of, it dissolves, the thoughts dissolve, and you can just sit down and recognize this peace. And it's not spectacular, but in the contrast of what was before, it feels spectacular, in fact. But it's actually not. It's the most natural thing. That's it for today, I think. And if you liked what you've heard, please give it a like, comment, subscribe. Because I think this content can be helpful for a lot of people. Because enlightenment is not complicated. It's very simple. It's right here, right now. If there's still, just ask yourself, if there's still a thought, a sensation, something going on internally that says, maybe I will get it soon. Not now, but soon. I feel like it's almost here. Observe that feeling also. It's a lie. It's here. It's not soon. It's so simple. But I understand that it can be easily overlooked. That's why I'm enjoying to make those videos. So have a great day.